What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, WTF Squirtle. And today I'm going to be doing a top 10 that's been flying around the internet a lot lately. It's the top 10 hopes and expectations for Pokemon Sun and Moon. These new games being officially released, I believe that these might just be the last main series Pokemon games to drop besides Z. I really think that Gen 7 will be the last generation. We'll see some mystery dungeons, we'll see some other type of games, maybe some remakes, but I don't think we're going to see a new set of Pokemon anymore after this. So I kind of want to do this because being that I think it's the last generation, I think that there's a lot of things that need to be done for this to be right. And a lot of things that can be done that can make it wrong. So without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, you know what I mean? Let me know what your opinion is in the comment section. Obviously, this is my opinion. I want to know feedback. I want to know what you want in the new Pokemon Sun and Moon games. So leave a comment, like, subscribe, share. Everything's good. Alright, without further ado, we're going to break right on into the top 10 most expected or hoped for Pokemon Sun and Moon. Number 10. To me, number 10 is Mega Lunatone and Mega Solrock. I'm going to start with this one due to the fact that this is, the new stone for Mega Evolutions is in the logo of Sun and Moon. So this may make Mega Evolution a lot easier. Maybe, hopefully, not even requiring a hold item. So this could had a whole new chance to add a bunch of new Megas. But I really hope that these two, in association to the titles of the games, get a for sure Mega. I've seen a lot of fan art of this Mega, and I think it's legit. They look good. They look nice. And maybe, make them a gift in the early game to whichever game you buy. You buy Pokemon Sun, you get a Solrock. You buy Pokemon Moon, you get a Lunatone at close to the beginning of the game. That way you can have time to grow and bond with that Pokemon so that your Mega Evolution makes sense. Alright, we're going to keep on going right now with number 9. The return of Day and Night Evolution. This isn't something that's gone from the games altogether. You still have Espeon and Umbreon, but I'd like to see new Day and Night Evolutions to tie into the overall theme of the game. I believe this would make the theme, make it exclusive. Like, if you have certain Pokemon in Sun's decks and certain Pokemon in Moon's decks, and the ones in Sun evolve during the day and the ones in Moon evolve during the night, it would just make it cool. It would also give you a reason to have different preferences in the games. Like, when X and Y came out, everyone got X because they wanted Mega Charizard X. And I felt like I was the only person who got Y. I personally picked Y for Mega Mewtwo Y. And it would have been cool to have an equal reason to buy both games. That way, you have certain Pokemon in the Pokedex that have to be completed in the Moon game, and certain Pokemon that have to be completed in the Day game. Alright, we're going to keep going with number 8. The return of the Dawn and Dusk Stones. Now, I feel like this is just further drills the theme of the game. To make new Pokemon that can evolve from the Dawn and Dusk Stones would be ideal for polarity. It'd be cool if they were buyable in their corresponding versions. Like in Sun, you can buy Dawn Stones, and Moon, you can buy Dusk Stones. That would be cool. And I know you're saying, yeah, they're Sunstones, right? If they're Sunstones, then they need to make Shadow Stones or something like that. Just new stones that correspond with the new versions. That's what I want to drill forward. It could make interesting ways for Pokemon to evolve. Maybe there's one Pokemon that evolves 2 different forms based on maybe day or night cycle, kind of like an Eevee, but they use the stones. That'd be pretty cool. It's a normal type, and you give it a Dusk Stone and it becomes a Dark, or you give it a Dawn Stone and it becomes a Fairy. That'd be pretty cool. Keeping it going right on down with number 7, tradable items. I'm a Gen 1 kid, so I feel like this has been a long time coming. If you were able to trade Pokemon, why not trade items? People have been doing this a long time. Trade your Rata for my Rata. They'll both be holding the item we want, and then there you go. But it's annoying. Why even just cut the middleman out? Make like I don't know if you've ever played World of Warcraft, but make an auction house for global Wi-Fi trade market. It can make the game a lot more balanced, and people can trade with their friends to get their friends left over instead of scouring the entire game looking for the one that you get in the game. Then it would make people who farm lucky eggs and other items like me have more of a rewarding farming system. It could make it to where now trainers can receive cool gifts from other players or something. Like I could send a new player, like you'd say you're in my street pass and you only have one badge. I can send you a random item gift, a hold item gift, and in return I could get something like a extra, maybe like a trade point currency, kind of like battle points. You like every time I gave somebody a free item, I get a trade point, and you use the trade points to get better items like soul dew and life orbs. It would just make the game better. You know what I mean? Make the game more friendly, make the game more tradable, more exchangeable. Coming right along with number 6, I've got a regulation to the global trade system. To me, this is an absolute must. It has to be in the game, or I'm going to be really disappointed. I'm sick of people putting their level 5 Pidgeys up and they want a level 100 shiny legendary. It's absolutely pointless, and it's really annoying. A lot of other PokeTubers have touched on this topic, and I totally agree that this should be changed, but I have an idea. I think it should be categorized into rarity tiers. So that way, you can no longer have ridiculous trades. For instance, say you wanted to trade a Charizard, and say the rarity tier for Charizard was upper 3. You could put Charizard up for trade for something in lower 4s or something below Charizard, but it wouldn't allow you to offer Charizard for something that would be like in the high 8 or 9s like Rayquaza. That's not a fair trade. It would be able to balance things out, and effectively trolls on the trade, which is very common, they would effectively die. It's annoying. Nobody likes it. Be realistic. Alright. Number 5, coming on down the list, is something that is for my friend Joe. Dark type gym leader. This one has never been in the game. Like I said, it's for my friend Joe. It's one of his favorite types, and there's never been a dark gym, and he asked me the other day why there wasn't a dark gym. So I looked it up, and a lot of other PokeTubers have videos saying that there's no dark gym because dark gym leaders are supposed to... You know what I mean? Gym leaders are supposed to be good people and show you how you're supposed to honor and train and battle your Pokemon. While apparently dark types and their trainers are sinister and use cheap tricks like Shadow Sneak and Dark Void, and that's not what they want to send a message to kids. And I respond with, did you not realize that the Al Capone of Pokemon's the original 8th gym leader? The leader of the villains is the last gym leader. So why is a dark type person so bad? You know what I mean? I want a Shadow Gym, man. If we had to have the Mafia Team Rocket Gym, I want my Dark Gym. And it could make an amazingly brutal 8th gym. A Dark type gym. Oh man, that would be so good. And Dark kind of ties in with the moon. You know what I mean? It could work. It can work. Do it, Game Freak. I love you. Anyways, number 4. For my number 4, I really want to see new dual typings that we've never seen before. There's a lot of unused dual typings, like Flying Ground, which doesn't really sound like it could happen. But there's also Poison Fairy. You know, there's a lot of different mixed combinations that would be original and unique and really good for the game, and I think really good for the meta. You know what I mean? Like when Volcarona first dropped, I flipped a table, man. I was freaking out. A bug flying type. This was gonna change meta forever, and it did. It's a great Pokemon. It was a cool way to see. And you know what I mean? Just look how Klefki changed the meta for X and Y. A Steel Fairy type. I know it was a new typing, but to put that into perspective, that's just clinching, man. It's giving people what they want. People want to see Volcanion. People want to see a Water Fire. You know what I mean? I want to see a Grass Fire. That sounds amazing. And apparently one of the leaked Pokemon, I don't know if they're going to be real or not, but it was like a Chili Pepper Pokemon. That would have been cool. I'd have dug that. That'd have been dope. Alright, moving on down the list, we've got number 3, the return of Team Rocket. Yes. I said that. That happened. Being that I believe that these are the last main series Pokemon games, I'd like to see Team Rocket make one last stand at achieving these goals that they want. I don't care who runs them. I don't care how they come back. I don't care what the story. I just want them to come back, man. They were the only decent team out of all the teams. Because all the other teams that aren't Rocket are superficial and dumb. They want to talk about freeing Pokemon or creating a new world and landmass and oceans all cover the world. They're all just random and dumb. I prefer my thieves and thugs to be just that. Team Rocket just steals stuff and uses the world to make money. It's not a cheap ploy or a gimmick, and it's actually realistic. You're not going to be able to destroy the entire universe and rebuild it in your image. I'm sorry, Team Plasma. I'm sorry. Or not Plasma, Team... The Gen 4 team is just a blur to me. They're planets. Team something. Team Butthole, okay? We don't care. I'll remember it 3/4 of the way through the end of the last number or something. But I just want to legit, you know what I mean? And I also want them to leave the team away from the legendaries and the storylines. Like Team Rocket was good in the fact that they didn't, aside from the Mewtwo and Cinnabar account, Team Rocket didn't directly interfere with the legendaries, and that's what made the legendaries really shocking. And that's what made them legends, because you didn't know where and when they were going to appear on the first run through. There wasn't a guy just awakening the legend and making you have to battle it right then and there. That's stupid. That devalues, that devalues the search and discover aspect of Pokemon. You want there to be that Pokemon at the end of the game that, that you've never seen or heard of before. You know what I mean? And you just catch this legendary. It brings a moment into your life forever. And I just want that moment back. And Team Rocket was the gang, man. They were the thugs. We them boys. They were the only team to get 2 different generations where they got to start shit. All right, moving on down to the top 2. The top 2 are going to be very nitty-gritty. I understand that people will not like something, or they might say I contradict it, but number 2 will be the Pokemon World Tournament, making a full return from the Unova region. That was the best part of Pokemon, the Pokemon Unova eras, you know what I mean? That was what made that region so good. You could battle all different types of gym leaders and Elite Four members and champions and rivals from all different games. It was really good to see Brock again after so many generations. Really good to fight, you know what I mean? Wally, you know what I mean? Anybody that was good. You could bring all them people back and put them in the Pokemon World Tournament. It would be amazing. Now, for number 1, the most important and it's not the most important. It's just something that feels really right to me. Being in, like I've said before, that I think that these are going to be the last main series Pokemon games, I think that they should have the return of Red. Or at least a situation like Red. But Red was amazing. You had to battle yourself from a previous game at the climax of the sequels, which were Silver and Gold. It was amazing to see that was that character you once were, and now you've shed that skin, and now you must triumph over your own previous victory. You know what I mean? It was closure. It was a great way to bring closure to the adventure. You know what I mean? The protagonist essentially battling a different version of himself. You know what I mean? It's an ultimate challenge too. I want the ultimate challenge to return. There has to be that. If it's not Red, it could be anyone. As long as they're present in the game and throughout, and they have the ultimate team at the end of the game. The ultimate challenge. Anyways, that's my top 10, guys, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. What are your top expectations for this new generation and this new region? Leave it in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, share. It's all that good jazz, you know what I mean? We're going to go ahead and take off here. This is What the Fuck Squirtle, and this is your YouTube channel, the What the Fuck Squirtle. Like, what the fuck did I just say? There you go. That's the channel.